from Super Easy Forex, and I'm out of town at a secret location, but I want to do this particular video. This one is going to be critical to your success. As the thumbnail says, literally, if you study successful, wealthy people, all of them have something in common. Okay, all of them, especially when you read like Warren Buffett does. He loved reading rich people's autobiographies, successful people's autobiographies. Why does he do that? The reason he does that is because he discovered the same thing that I did, that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today, as to why people succeed versus others. Let me give it to you in a more plain way before I get to my notes. Make sure you grab a pen, piece of paper, because I'm going to be going systematically through these points. And once you understand them and practice them, you'll begin to see a difference in your Forex trading or any other endeavor you choose to do. But until you understand this, you will probably keep continuing to struggle. Okay. Every successful person has commonalities, every one of them. And I have been reading a lot of their books for a long time, trying to figure out, okay, what makes people successful versus everyone else who puts in an attempt and tries to be successful, but doesn't. Let me bring it to your doorstep so that you can really feel the pain before you get the medicine. Okay. Because a lot of times until you get slapped with truth, you don't believe it. The truth of the matter is you have been working very hard for a very long time to accomplish a dream or goal, but you keep running into obstacles and you wonder why others seem to have success, but it's not happening for you. Let me make it a little bit more clear. In the secret dark hours of the night, when nobody's paying attention and nobody's looking, some of you guys have been dropping tears because you've been crying, wondering, why is it that I'm trying so hard, but I'm not getting what I see? And as a result of that, you've been on social media and other channels looking at successful people and wondering, how did they get to be successful while I'm still struggling? And then you get into a thought process of saying, well, maybe it's for them and maybe it's not for me. Do you hear what I'm saying? So now we get into a pity party in a sense, and it's an authentic one and well-earned sometimes because you have tried. But for some reason, it seems like it doesn't happen for you, but it appears to go very easily for other people. We're going to talk about today the secrets that they know that you're failing to realize, so that I can make sure that you don't drop the ball on your dream before you need to. Okay? Because I don't want you quitting just because you don't understand certain things. Let me give you a little quick preface. Make sure you grab pen, piece of paper as I go through these notes. Had it not been for this, and many in my group, you already know my story. I was on welfare, and then I went to multimillionaire. Then I hit a bad streak in life. I call it my Job experience. And I ended up losing everything and was 1 week away from homelessness. And then I was able to bounce right back again. So how does that happen? And I'm not the only one. You can look through the history of like Walt Disney and many others who filed for bankruptcy and so forth, and yet they succeeded. How is the question? That's what we're going to discuss today. So get your pen, piece of paper. Here we go. The magic P word, and I'm going to get this off the table. But when I give you this P word, don't tune me out, because this is where your problem is. And as I get through the final note, you're going to realize this sometimes is your problem. This is exactly why you're having problems. Okay? And remind me if I forget, because I want to talk. Matter of fact, I'm going to type that in my notes. My wife shared this with me, and she didn't even know what I was going to talk about today. Squid Game. Okay? Squid Game. I'm going to put this on my notes. Okay? Squid Game. Especially for people who go to church. I got something special for you too. Okay, now here we go with the notes. Number one, the P word is patience. Okay, now don't tune me out, because see, this is where your problem is. As soon as you hear that, you'll be like, oh yeah, I already knew that. No, you don't, because if you did, you'll be using it to your advantage and not to your deficit. So that's part of your problem. You tune in and you tune out too quick before you get the nuggets of truth, because you think you know something and you don't, because if you did, you wouldn't be struggling. So calm your butt down. I'm giving you the word, but that don't mean to tune out just yet, because again, When you understand the power of it, then you'll begin to apply it correctly. Just because you know a word don't mean you understand how to use it correctly, or else you would have already achieved what you were wanting to do. So here we go. The power of patience. So the P word is patience. That's the P. Now let's get into the details. Number one, the definition of patience. And I got my little laptop and I'm sitting in my car. I'm traveling out of town, but I'm still taking time for y'all, okay? So take time for me. Here we go. The word patience, by definition, it means the capacity to accept or tolerate delay. Isn't that powerful? The capacity to accept and tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. I'll repeat that one more time before we move forward into the breakdown. Patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. Can you see why a lot of people, just by the definition of it alone, can you see why a lot of people are failing with their dreams? Can you see why a lot of people give up so quickly on their dreams? Bahama and Haiti in the house. All right, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Much love to y'all. Can you understand just by its own definition why a lot of people quit on their dreams so quickly? And that's just the definition. We ain't got to the breakdown yet. Let's keep going. Now here's the breakdown. Number one, patience equals picky. Write this down and I'm gonna give you my terminologies. Patience equal picky. You know how you picky over your food? I don't eat that stuff. No, I don't eat that. You know how you act a little bougie sometime over that food? I know I do. I don't eat everything, and I don't eat everybody cooking. Oh, come on over and you can eat my cooking. You got 10 cats running around the house. No, I'm all right. I'm full. Well, for some reason, I'm picky. Patience equals picky. Now, here's the breakdown on that. A, picky with relationships with people and with the markets. Now, I'm talking about two parts of your life because both of them apply when you're using patience. You have to be patient with who you choose to have a relationship with and how you choose to have the relationship you're trying to have with the Forex market or the binary options market or the stock market or the options market or the real estate market. It's all the same. You have to choose carefully how you're involving yourself in these types of relationships with the market and with on the personal level. Because how you choose will affect your success. This is why if you ever study successful people, you see that they don't hang around everyday people. They don't hang around everyday common people. And it's not that they're trying to be bougie. They just understand that the mentality of the people they keep around them can affect their success. Because if you're surrounding yourself with people who can't think on your level and they're full of negativity and foolishness, they have no patience, then guess what? Birds of a feather flock together. And then you take that same quick pick, like you in the lotto doing quick picks on people, and you take that same attitude into the Forex or trading arena. And as a result, you're picking pairs and matching up with pairs that you have no business being in relationship with because you're too quick in a hurry to try to get to a trade. The people in my group clearly know that there are certain pairs that I am not in favor of trading. I don't give a crap how good the setup is. I'd rather be picky and patient than to rush into one of them things that I historically know have been eating my account alive. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Somebody type an amen in the box if you're with me so far. I want to make sure y'all getting what I'm telling you. I want to make sure you're getting what I'm telling you. Because if you get the understanding of the power of the P, it will, there you go. See, somebody, Kelvin, you in my group, you already know. If you understand the power of what I'm trying to teach you, this will revolutionize your life. Not just on the fact of trading, but it will make a huge difference in your life when it comes to you being a person overall, because all decisions are made from you, including how you trade, who you lay in the bed with, who you have sex with, who you have breakfast with, who you work for, whatever. All of those decisions come from you. And if you're a person who doesn't have the power of the P, you will constantly find failure at your doorstep. And that's not good. That's not good at all. So let's keep going. So number one, P is the capacity. Now I'm gonna go through because I see a lot of people are joining. Now let me go and do a quick rehearsal to catch you up. Power of patience. Here's the definition: the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. That's what it actually means. Okay. Now, patience equal picky. You got to be picky with who you choose to have in your life, and you got to be picky with how you are trading these markets. You cannot trade everything you see because it doesn't fit well. If you ever look at successful traders, a lot of times, unless they're scalpers, a lot of them don't trade a lot. Swing traders, they don't take a lot of trades every week. How about you? 20, 30, 40 trades in a week. And I'm going to get to that. Now let's get to the next one. Number two, patience helps you to not judge yourself over a few trades, but over a monthly result. Let me help some of you guys very clear here. One of your biggest problems that successful people don't do, one of the biggest things that they don't do that you actually do is this. They don't judge themselves over a short period of time. They judge. That's why, watch this. That's why when you talk to successful people or any business and they're reporting their quote unquote earnings report, you will see that it is typically what they say month over month, quarter over quarter, or year over year. That's where you get that YOY or MOM. MOM don't stand for mom. They ain't talking about their mama. They talking about month over month. See, they're measuring their success over a month's period. You measure your success over a daily period, and you're getting depressed because you lost one trade. You lost two trades. See, last week was non-farm payroll week. I always know it's not going to be my best week. Not because of my trading strategy or anything like that. It's simply because of the news, and it makes the market real choppy. A lot of times, a lot of traders don't even trade a lot, which I didn't. I didn't trade a lot last week because I already know the markets themselves by nature, it's schizophrenic. And if it's schizophrenic and it's like that, then the problem is it's not me, it's the markets. Do you understand what I'm saying? So therefore, you can't take your results over a couple of trades. You have to take it over time. So they measure their success at the end of the month. You're measuring it at the end of every trade, and you're taking it personal because you don't have patience. Do you see how the power of the P works? If you talk to Elon Musk, if you talk to, as a matter of fact, you research this for yourself. It was fascinating to me. Amazon is the biggest company, in my opinion, in the entire world. And when the COVID-19 situation hit, I told my wife immediately when they did the lockdown, I said, I already know who's going to be the richest man. I told her immediately. I said, I already know who's going to be the richest. And she said, well, who is it going to be? I said, it's going to be Jeff Bezos. I said, he's going to take over immediately. He's going to be super rich because of this COVID situation. She said, well, how do you know? I said, because of how he positioned himself in business. I already know exactly what he's going to do. And everybody's going to now start ordering off of Amazon and dropping them packages like their Christmas presents. And sure enough, guess what? He made tons of money during the COVID lockdown, just like I anticipated. However, when you go back and look at his history, go back and look at his original photo when he first was in there and he had this little board that he wrote on there, Amazon. Take a look at how he looked. Take a look at what he was thinking. It wasn't even supposed to be this. It was supposed to be over books. But he kept on going for years with no success. And you can't go 1 week without it. And you wonder why, what's separating successful people from you? It's the power of the P. Let's keep going. Number three, The P, the power of P. The power of the P equals this. It helps you to relax and think with a calm and stable mind and emotions. Too many of you guys are just completely freaking out over every little thing. You are stressing out when you don't need to. Do you hear what I'm saying? When you have patience, it causes your internal being to relax and be at peace when you enter into those trades. When you're looking at the charts, you're not in any rush to take a trade. You're perfectly relaxed, you're perfectly calm, and you are good to go. But the problem is if you're in an anxious mindset and you're coming to the market saying, well, I got these bills to pay. I gotta get my baby some Similac. I gotta get some diaper. Okay, see, here's your problem. You're coming in anxious and the market will attack you and take advantage of you, as it has already done for some of you guys. It has already done that. And that's because you're not coming in patient and calm and ready to do business. And if the business deal don't look right, then you just come back tomorrow. Meaning that if the charts are not presenting something that looks sufficient according to what you had in mind, then you just move on. And you wait until there's a setup. I was talking to a person in our group on Friday, and this person said they hit big on the NASDAQ. And they said, I have been waiting all week long for this one trade. Did you hear what I said? And I applaud them for that. That's Vin. He said, I've been waiting all week long for this one trade. And when the setup came, he hit it big. He hit it multiple times and had a successful trade. But what was the power of it? It wasn't the trade. The power was in his what? Patience. Because he had the ability to wait all week long for exactly what he was looking for. Some of you guys, that's foreign. You can't wait 10 minutes till the market opens. You on edge right now, waiting for the market to open so you can take a trade. Even though I have taught on numerous videos, don't ever take a trade at the opening of the Forex trading day, because your broker is going to open up them spreads and kill your trade. They do it every single day, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every single Forex trading day, they do it. And I have said that for I don't know how long, and yet you don't listen. And he said, I waited all week long for this one trade. And when he got it, he hit it, and he hit it big. And a matter of fact, he wasn't the only one, because I hit the NAS too. I saw it and I got some of that too. I got my little couple of licks in too. But you had to wait because it was non-farm payroll. NFP week. How many of you guys would have actually waited? Because you have no patience. Let's keep on. Last but not least, on the positive side, then we're going to get to the negative and we're done. This time I want to start on the positive side of the P, and then we're going to go through the negatives, because if you don't have it, I'm going to show you what happens when you don't have the power of the P on your side. P, the power of patience, and I say this in my group all the time, patience pays the bills. Write this down. Don't say you didn't get nothing out of here. Patience pays the bills. When you are patient, you end up with profits. Okay? So if another way you want to say it, patience equals profits. You get tremendous profits out of the market or any other endeavor you do when you have the ability to be patient. I told you, look at Jeff Bezos' story. He will tell you there was, for I think he said 7 years, they were not profitable. How many of you guys would go 7 years with, oh my God. And I can't wait till I get to the church people stuff, because I got a word for you, and I ain't no pastor, I ain't no spiritual person like that. But I see this mistake being made by you guys all the time. So watch when I get to you. I'm gonna help you overcome something, okay? Because Jeff Bezos did it, and Squid Game did the same thing. That #1 movie on Netflix, they did the same thing. See, the power of the P. It works no matter what you're trying to do. He's running Amazon. They were doing movies. See, it doesn't matter. The power of the P works if you use it. Okay, now here we go. Patience equals profit. Now let's flip to the bad side, because this is where some of you guys are making mistakes, and then you'll see why Jeff Bezos, Squid Game, and many others, Elon Musk, who actually started PayPal, Some of y'all didn't know that. You know him as far as Tesla, but he was the one who put PayPal together. You didn't know that, huh? I told you, start studying rich people and you'll begin to see what they have in common. Here we go. Take these notes. Now, here's the bad side if you don't have patience, and this is where many of you guys are right now. That's why I'm trying to get you over to the other side. Okay? Number one, you take trades due to FOMO and not following your rules for entries. FOMO means what? Fear of missing out. Soon as that market start going somewhere, oh my God, I better get in, I better get in. Does it meet your trading rules? Yes or no? That's the only thing you need to be asking. If you anticipated and knew that it was going to go this way, and you said at this point, I'm going to get in if it goes to this number, that's fine. That's according to your trading rules. But many of you guys are not doing that. What you're doing is you are just jumping in because you see momentum and you see a momentum candle. In other words, the market just start taking off and you just scared that you're going to miss out. And by the time you get in, it's done and it starts dropping the other way. Why? Because it wasn't according to your trading rules. You didn't use the power of the P and said, I will patiently wait for what I'm looking for. No, every time something starts jumping around, you think it's your duty to jump in too, because I don't want to miss out. And then they stop running in that direction and it drops the other way and wipes your account out. Type amen if you know I'm telling the truth. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. We've all done it, but some of you guys are still doing it. That's your problem. You're not using the P. I will not chase down a trade. I will patiently wait for what I'm looking for. And if what I'm looking for don't work out, I'll wait for the next one. But I will not chase a trade. I've learned that a long time ago. That's one of the most deadly sins you can do as a trader. You will blow your account over and over and over again because they sucker people who chase momentum candles. Now, there is a momentum candle, such as if I'm looking for a reversal point, and then there is a momentum candle that breaks through a certain barrier. Then that's a confirmation candle of what I was already waiting for. That's different. Some of you guys, you're not looking for that. You just want to trade and you just jumping in anything that comes along. You don't even have a strategy. You just, well, I see they jump, and you wonder why you keep blowing up your account. When are you going to stop, people? The power of the P will keep you in control because you will patiently wait for what you're looking for, and you will wait for it to set up properly before you jump in. Let's get to the next one. Number two, when you have lack of patience, number two kicks in. You take trades when the market is still trying to set up because you can't wait to trade. Market addiction. Write that down. Market addiction. You're suffering from market addiction. You are addicted to the market. That's why you can't stop trading. Notice what I said. You can't stop trading. If it wasn't for the weekend, you'll still be trading right now because you're addicted to the market. But the market ain't addicted to you. That's why it keeps eating your account alive. Ain't that amazing? You're addicted and in love with somebody who doesn't love you. I told you the market is an abusive relationship. Not everybody is fit for it. Because you'll fall in love with trading and the market don't like you at all. It doesn't like anybody. It just does what it does. And sometimes it's not ready to cough up no money. But you don't realize that. Let me give it to you guys raw. Some of you guys been in some bad relationships, and let me just give it to you real. Let me keep it real with y'all. Some of y'all been in some really, really raunchy relationships. And what I mean by that is you kind of knew in your heart of hearts, you knew the person really didn't feel you like they said they did, but you was in love with them. So therefore you calling them and texting them and showing up at their job and showing up at their house. And you just kind of like a mini stalker. Because you just loved him. I just love him so much. I can't be without him. And they just trying to find a way to get away from you. Come on now, this is real. If it ain't you, you know somebody who did this. And the person trying to get a break from you And here you are, constantly showing up, just here again. Yeah, I am. I just wanted to bring you an apple. I just wanted to bring you some pie. I just wanted to bring you lunch. I just was checking on you. I don't want you checking on me. I need a break. Huh? Don't we all know some people who did that? And at the end of the day, after all that they did, they thought the other person was going to appreciate it? Nope. Nope. They didn't. Because you weren't balanced. There you go. I said it. Needy. I just need to be in love with you. I just need to be around you. I don't need to be around you. I need a break. That's what they saying. I need a break. You too much. And that is you when you on them charts. Come on now, that's the truth. See, I got to paint a picture for somebody else and bring it back to you so you can see what you actually look like when you're on them charts. All day long. On them charts. And when you ain't in the trade, you're marking up the charts. Meanwhile, your wife or significant others over here, your kids over there, ain't none of them seen you in God knows how long. Come on now, this is some truth. Because you over here messing around with the market when the market says, I ain't got time for you today. I don't want to give up no pips. I'm setting up. I will give you something maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday or a London session or, you know, doing the US session. But I ain't giving up nothing right now. Go on somewhere. And here you are. Still on the charts. I'm here. What do you have to offer me? I want to be in a trade. And you fantasizing about being in the trade. Well, I see it did touch my trend line, but what else did it do? Did it meet all your rules? Of course it didn't. But in your world, it don't have to meet all your conditions because you're impatient. You just got to be in love with a trade. I just got to get, see, you got this trade addiction because it brings this energy to you. This thrill and excitement of the ride, but fear and interpretation because you can possibly lose. So you're not having a stable relationship with the markets. And so you're getting emotionally and financially abused because by choice. See, we can go and blame the other person, see, and they go around, these people, that person, they don't appreciate me. They don't appreciate what I'm doing. They never asked you to do that. You choosing to do that. And then you going around telling everybody else how bad they are. They ain't bad, you the problem. Tell the whole story. They already told you, I need a break. And you keep showing up. And then you trying to make everybody feel sorry for you. Ain't nobody feel sorry for you. You kooky. What's wrong with you? Sit down somewhere. Get a hobby. Give them a break. Give them a chance to miss you. I'm fixing a relationship while I'm fixing these charts. Because some of y'all, you got both of these going on. You just got an addictive personality. And the same thing you're doing with your regular relationship, you're doing with the charts. And the chart's saying, I'm tired. Go to sleep. I don't have anything to offer right now because it don't meet your rules. Don't you have rules? That's what the market's saying. Don't you have rules to the trading? Don't you have rules about how to engage me? Yes. Well, do I meet your rules right now? No. Then why are you looking at me? Go on over there and play with your kids. Go on over there, go take your wife to the mall or something. Go hold her hand. Because she feeling neglected, your kids feeling neglected, you're doing a poor job at your actual job that's paying you a check because you're always on the charts when you should be at work. Y'all see what I'm saying? I got to make it real for you because the power of the P is powerful when you are patient. When you have patience, you don't look at them charts. There's certain times like today, I ain't thinking nothing about them charts. I'm out of town having a good time with my wife. Finna meet up with some folk. I ain't thinking about them charts. They ain't thinking about me, I ain't thinking about them. See, it's mutual. I'm more balanced now. I got better things to do, and so do they. They say I'll see you I'll see you in a day or two, bro. All right, man, cool. I'll see you in a day or two. That's me at the charts. We talking. All right, bro. I'll see you in a day or two. All right, I'll see you. All right, Uncle P. All right, charts. All right, market. Cool. See, we cool like that. Because I understand the market now. I used to be that person. I don't want to be that person no more. I lost too many years of my life staring in front of the charts. I told y'all I was that person. That's how I know what it looks like. 4.5 years sitting in front of the charts, 24 hours, 7 days a week, sleeping, breathing, eating charts. Couldn't think straight without the charts. On a date with my wife in a movie theater, and I'm the only silly fool with my phone still on. You see this little blue light sitting in the back, because instead of looking at the movie with my wife, I'm sitting up there looking at the charts in the back. Can't even enjoy the movie. Can't tell you what the movie was about because I'm too busy looking on my charts in a movie theater. That's just crazy. I did it. That's how I know. And I'm trying to stop you because I wasn't patient. If it didn't meet my criteria, if this ain't the right trading session, that's a big one there. Choose a trading session. And therefore, you can take the rest of the day off. If it ain't the right trading session, guess what? You got plenty of hours left now. And you patiently wait for the trading session that you know has been historically good to you. That's why a lot of traders only trade the US session or the London session. That means they got the rest of their day to go do something else. Not you. Every session, you right there. Come on now, this is some truth. Because the truth will set you free. Let me get this last two and I'm out of here because I got to go. Number 3, exit trades too early before they have time to play out. Now, if you're a scalper, this does not apply to you because your job is to get in and out quickly, okay? But if you're trying to be a day trader or a swing trader, this one just kills me about traders. Oh my God, this one kills me about traders. You will send out a trade signal. They wait 1 hour or 30 minutes later. Well, why is it in drawdown? Well, why is it this and that? Well, why is it? Hold on, player. Hold up. Freeze frame. Calm down. And 24 hours later, when it hit take profit or it goes into positive territory, there you go. Oh my God, I feel better now. Why was you tripping? See, when you're day trading or swing trading, it naturally will go up and down. It will pulsate, just like your heart beats. See, your heart don't just stay in one thing. It bumps around in your chest. It moves around. And sometimes on the charts, it's going to move in your favor, then it pull back. Then it goes up and it pull back. And okay, and logically, left side brain, you know this. Then if you know this and you day trade, why is you tripping? Why? And as soon as it go 1 pip in the wrong direction, you cutting the trade. Oh my God, oh my God. And then the next day it went right where it's supposed to be. Why? Because you ain't got patience. You know, there's a scripture in the Bible. Let me throw this at y'all and get to this last one. There's a scripture in the Bible that just hit my head, and it says, with patience possess ye your soul. That's a powerful verse. It just hit my mind. Through patience possess ye your soul. And I may be misquoting it a bit, but y'all get it. Look it up. Through patience possess ye your soul. And I told my students in class, I said the soul, according to what I was taught, the soul, it's your mind, how you think, your will, which is your determination, and your emotions, how you feel about everything. Your soul is your mind, will, and emotions, and through patience possess ye your soul. So in other words, through patience, I can control my decision-making ability better to make clear decisions, not out of panic, but out of patience. I can make better choices because, again, how I feel about it, how I think about it, and how I execute it all comes from my mind. And when my soul is at patience and at peace, I can make better decisions. Some of you guys, you was in a rush to get into a relationship. You just had to have somebody in your life, and look at the fool you got. And that goes for men and women, because men, a lot of times you end up with a fool for a woman. Just like women end up with a fool for a man. And had you just been patient, by the time you got in this relationship and then you looked a little bit longer, you said, oh, that person was after me the whole time and they would have been a better fit. You are absolutely right. They would have been a better fit. But the problem is you had no patience. You just had to have somebody laid up in them sheets with you. And as a result, you're connected to a fool. And God forbid, which some of you guys have, you produce children from that fool. Now you can't get away from them. Come on now, this is some truth. Ooh, I should take an offering. This is truth. All because you had no patience. Through patience, possess you your soul. You will be a much more balanced person when you trade and in your relationships when you understand the power of patience. Let me get to this last one. Patience. Have you taken 20 to 30 impatience? Let me say that impatience, because now we're talking about impatience. Impatience will have you taking 20 to 30 trades a week with nothing to show for all that excessive work because you couldn't wait for the right trade to set up. Type amen in the box if that's you. Come on now. You took 20, 30, 40 trades last week. Check through your trade history and you'll see how many trades you actually took. You didn't document any of them to see which technique works the best, which time frame works the best. See, I document all that. I want to know what session's going to pay me the best, what strategy going to pay me the best, what pairs are going to pay me the best. See, I want to know all that so I can cut out all the foolishness. I don't want to. If you are a bad trading pair, I don't even want to watch you. You're not on my watch list. If you're a bad trading session, I don't want to trade during that session. See, you don't track nothing and you taking 20, 30, 40, 50 trades and you are worn out like you was in a boxing ring, which you were. You were in an emotional boxing ring and you have nothing to show for it. Wouldn't it have been easier if you just sat down, waited patiently for just two or three good trades and just took them 2 or 3 good trades and walked away with a profit versus trying to be this Mr. or Mrs. Trader, trading 50 different times a week, wearing yourself out, and you still either at break even or you at a loss. Come on now, this is some truth, because the truth will set you free. That's why everybody don't like my channel, because they don't want to hear the truth. And then when I tell the truth, they want to come on here and try to ghost me with dumb comments. Yes, I will block your behind. I will block you. You come on my channel with some foolishness, I will block your behind. Yes, I will. I will block it. I will delete you from my channel. Why? Because I ain't got time for your foolishness. Just because you don't like me stepping on your toes and exposing the truth for who or what it is. See, it's okay to blame somebody else, but when it's time to turn that mirror on yourself, you want to get mad. No, 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 no. If you can't eat this meal, then don't come to this restaurant, baby. Because I'm going to preach some truth. Because I'm trying to set your soul free. Because I was locked into that too. And wore me out. To the point I can't stand the charts sometimes. I don't even want to look at the charts. Why? Because of all that emotional abuse I went through. I went through all of this. That's how I know. I ain't making this up. I know it. I experienced it. That's why I'm coming back to teach you guys to stop it. Going back to what that young man said when we was dialoguing in the group. He said, I waited all week long for this one trade. All week long for one trade. I'll never forget, I had a mentor. He said I only trade 2 or 3 times a week, mainly only 2. And he said, I'm willing to wait all week long for what I'm looking for. So do you see the difference between them and you? You neglect all your responsibilities. You can't think straight. You can't eat straight. You just a fragile mess and have nothing to show for it after 20 or 30 trades. And here's one of the reasons why. Even if you had good trades, some good, some bad, problem is you're going to come out negative, not because of the good and the bad, but because every time you open a trade, your broker was charging you pips. So your broker made tons of pips off of you. Called commission. That's where a lot of your profit went to. So every time you open up all these excessive trades, just imagine how many pips your broker made. Your broker on some of them pairs will charge you 5 pips. So let's just do 20 trades by 5 pips. You gave your broker 100 of those pips. That's why you have nothing to show for it, baby. The broker ran off with 100 of them pips. On average, 3 to 5 pips is what they charge. That's where your money went to. You did all the work. They just took off with the pips by charging you a fee. I told you, I really feel kind of silly. Because if I was a smart man, I would have opened up a brokerage. I wouldn't even have to lift a finger to open any trades at all. All I have to do is just be a good brokerage with a couple of thousand people like y'all. Come on now, tell the truth. Who gonna take 20 or 30 trades a week. Can you imagine how many pips I make per week without ever lifting a freaking finger? Because that's what your brokers do. They entice you with, oh, we have low spreads, but they always talking about the Euro USDs and USD Swiss and stuff like that, the general pairs. But they know you're going to trade all these other pairs. They know it. They know you're addicted to the market. That's why they never mention how many pips they're going to charge you with GBP NZD, GBP JPY. They don't say nothing about them because that's where they start charging 3, 4, 5, 6 pips. And at the opening of the Forex trading day, and you watch it today for yourself, they will raise them pips by 10, 20, and 30 pips at the opening for the first hour of the trading day, every single day. Every day they do this trick. And that's when you say, well, I got a new strategy for when the new Forex trading day opens on the new day. Well, I got a new strategy. See, you put your day separators up. I heard it all. You put your day separators up, and then the moment the new trading day opens and it opens, then they clock your butt for 15 or 20 pips, and you only had a 10 pip stop loss. And for the first hour, they keep them spreads wide as somebody's thighs. Open like 7-Eleven. They keep them spreads wide open for the first hour of the trade. You watch it for your own self. See, you don't gotta, that's why I don't tolerate no foolish people. Why did you cut off your comments? Because I ain't want to hear all that bull crap. I ain't here for that. I ain't getting my channel ain't monetized. I'm doing all this for free. And then you gonna come on here and get mad because you don't want me telling you the truth because I'm stepping on your toes? You should be thanking somebody for telling you the truth. Because the broker hopes you never pay attention to this. Ain't nobody on here talking about patience. Surf the YouTube channel. There's tons of people selling stuff and telling you how to, here's a new strategy. But ain't anybody telling you, here's the best strategy. Sit your butt down and stop trying to rush into a trade. Ain't nobody on here doing that. And you got the nerve and gall to be mad at me for trying to help you by telling you the truth? Yeah, I tell it in the raw nature, but at least I'm telling you the truth. That's love. Love is telling you the truth when it hurts. Yeah, I block people comments. You doggone right. Well, he blocked comments. I sure do. I ain't went through all of this just to start dealing with you. See, going back to what I said, patience. I'm picky. I don't deal with foolish people. And neither should you. You went through too much in life. You're very selective now. You're a gift to somebody. Everybody ain't going to appreciate you, but you're a gift to somebody. So you don't have to sit there tolerating foolishness. You can call me whatever you want to call me, but don't call me at all. Because guess what? I'm here to help people to not continue to get burned because they're impatient and the market is just tearing you up and the broker is loving you. Because once they got you hooked, they know once your account empty, you ain't going to stop trading or go into demo. God forbid you trade in demo so you can actually take some time to learn. No, your impatient behind need to make money now. Knowing goodness well, every person says start off in demo until you get it down pack. And nope, that's not you. You're impatient. I need to make money now. And the broker loves you because of that stupidity. And the more your account empty out, the more you keep sneaking money from your family and putting it into their account trying to trade with a new strategy. I don't care what Uncle P said. I'm going to do it anyway. And the broker just opened the spreads 10, 15, 20, 30. I promise you, I even did a live video on that. But you don't have to need the live video. Watch it today. At 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as soon as the market opens, watch how big those spreads are. And for the first time, you're going to see something that no other person that I know of have personally came on here and told you. And that is one of the other reasons why you need the power of the P, patience. Because that lasts for approximately the first hour of the trading day. Then after that, they shrink the spreads back to normal after the first hour, 15 minutes. So you have to be patient and wait. Come on now, there's some good stuff. Lord, I wish somebody would have told me this. Let me get to this. I told you guys, and I'm gonna close with this. I told you about the commonality between Amazon, Jeff Bezos. Look at his historical story of how Amazon started. You'll see he looked crazy. He looked like he looked crazy. And he had this little written up sign called Amazon on his wall. Wasn't nothing fancy, in his little office. Go look at it and watch how long it took for him to become successful. Now he's one of the richest people on the planet. Squid Game. My wife told me about this on Netflix. Now, I'll tell you up front, I ain't endorsing it because it's a very violent movie, but I'm just telling you. She even told me last night, she said, you know, an interesting fact about Squid Games, which is #1 on Amazon at the time when she saw it. It's probably still maybe #1. But Squid Game was in common. She told me that they took that movie to about 4 to 6 different producers or whatever, you know, to try to get it out there, and got turned down 6 times. 4 to 6 times. Declined. Nobody wanted it. Now it's #1 and going viral. Jeff Bezos, for I think he said 5 to 7 years, no profits. 5 to 7 years, Amazon, no profits. Now this man is the richest man on the planet. What do they have in common that you don't? Patience, baby. When they knew they had something, just because somebody else didn't believe, they still hung on. They were patient and methodical with their execution, because some things require time. Just like trading, trades require patience. As a matter of fact, I was reading this book, Forex Mindset by Jared Martinez. I done told y'all, you better read that book. He said that is one of the trader's jobs. Your job is to be patient and wait. As a trader, you're not supposed to be trading 24/7. He said your job is to wait and be patient. See how all of them have the same thing in common. Now let me get to this last point and I'm done. Some of you guys, and this ain't necessarily for Forex, but this is just for your personal life. Some of y'all, and this is Sunday, so I'm gonna say this and hurt some feelings, and that's okay. You love me or hate me, that's all right. The truth is the truth. Some of y'all church people who love Jesus, let me help you with something. What your problem is, as soon as you run into a hurdle, I hear this all the time. Well, it must not be the Lord's will. What? Don't put this on the Lord because you ain't got no patience. And as soon as you hear the obstacle, you think, oh, it must not be the Lord's will. No, it ain't got nothing to do with the Lord's will. Read your own Bible. How many people went through hell and back and they had to fight for their goals? They had to fight and keep on pushing. Jeff Bezos, if he took that attitude of, well, it must not be the Lord's will, because it's been year 1, I ain't in profit. It been year 2, I ain't been in profit. He would not be one of the richest household names. I don't know a person in the US who ain't used Amazon at some point or another. I use them all the time because it makes it feel like Christmas every year. Even if it's just something I order petty. But it's just the excitement of knowing there's a package on my porch. Boy, he created something good. Why? Because he was persistent and patient. But you quit. And you want to blame it on God all the time. Well, it must not be the Lord's will. No, it ain't the Lord. Hey, the Lord's will is for you to stop blaming him because you ain't got no patience. As soon as you hit a little obstacle, here you come. Well, I think the Lord want me to trade. And then as soon as you lose a trade because you didn't follow your rules, well, it must not be the Lord's will. No, don't blame that on God. You didn't follow the rules. And had you been patient, you would have picked the right something. And even if you lose, which trading, and when you trade, it's just natural to lose. Every once in a while, you're going to lose, not because of you. You're just trading in an arena where the market is schizophrenic. It is literally schizophrenic. This market is crazy. It has its own mindset. So by nature, it will, sometimes you're going to lose. Nothing personal. But you can't keep spiritualizing everything and blaming God because every time you hit a little obstacle, now you're thinking it's the Lord's, that it must not be the Lord. No. Read your scripture. Stop blaming God for everything. I know that hurts, but it's the truth. If Jesus would have said that as soon as the temptation from the devil came, and when he was 40 in the wilderness, 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness, he ain't even began his ministry, and the devil came to attack him. Notice that. Devil came to attack him immediately to stop him from his goals. But he went through it, and then he kept going. And now you have a ton of people all over the globe who for centuries have been celebrating Jesus. Now, whether you believe in him or not, the one thing you can say is at least he said, watch this, and I'll close. When they began to crucify him, what was one of his final statements? It is what? Finished. I finished what I was sent here to do. See, just because he hit obstacle after obstacle, people went against him. People wanted to kill him and everything else, but he stayed consistent and patient until he finished his goal. So don't come to me with this, oh, it must not be the Lord's will. I get sick and tired of hearing that. Lord have mercy, I'm so sick and tired of hearing that. It might not be the Lord's will. Every time it's a little thing. Well, Lord, you told me to do it. It might not be the Lord. Quit. You just have no patience. And let me read this definition of patience one more time, and I'm done for somebody crucifying me like they did Jesus. I want y'all trying to crucify me. Here it is. Patience, the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. That's the definition of patience. Let me say it again. The capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. What is suffering? When you are trying your best and things don't seem to be coming together just yet. That is suffering to your soul because it puts you in doubt. But persistence and patience always pays off. That's why you have successful people who understand this, and most average people fail because of those two things. That's why. That's what separates the successful from the non-successful. Have a good day.